Okay, so today we're going to learn about something called function notation. So this is just a different way of writing y as a function. So for example, here you have y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. So if we want to write that in function notation, we're going to change the y to f in brackets x is equal to negative 2x plus 5. So the only thing we've changed is this y has become this f and then with an x in brackets, and that's called function notation. So therefore f(x) is equal to y, and the way we read it is called f of x. So we say here f of x is equal to y. Okay? So here it says, using the equation above, when we substitute x is equal to 3, we write it as follows. So first, we're going to have our equation. So we have, y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. We're going to replace f of x, negative 2x plus 5. So we've swapped the y for f of x. Then we're going to replace the x with 3. So then anywhere else we find an x, we're also going to replace it with a 3. So here, anywhere you see x, plug in 3, okay? And then we can solve this. So 2 times 3 is going to give you negative 6 plus 5. So f of 3, we can call this f of 3 now, is equal to negative 1. So we've solved that one. This next example says, given that f of x is equal to 3x minus 4, determine the coordinates of one point on the line for f of minus 1. So our point, I'll write it over here, is always going to be x comma y. So we already know that the x is negative 1 because it's telling us x is negative 1 right here. So we just have to find the other point, the y. So let's start filling this out. So we have f of x is equal to 3x minus 4. And now we're going to replace all of the x's with, with negative 1's. So f of negative 1 is equal to 3 negative 1 minus 4. We're going to multiply the 3 and the negative 1 together. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 minus 4. So f of negative 1 is equal to negative 7. Now remember that this part here means y. So it's basically saying y is equal to negative 7. So now here we can write negative 7 as our second part of the point. Okay, and that's the final answer for this question. This one says, given that f of x is equal to negative 2x plus 1, find the following. So here it's telling us to replace all the x's with 3's, here with the letter t, here with a 2x, and here with an x minus 1. So let's try those. Our first step is always to write the formula. So I'm just going to copy the same formula to all of these because we're using the same formula for all of them. Okay. Next, anywhere where I see an x, I'm going to replace it with whatever's in the brackets. So here it's a minus 3, here it's a t, here it's 2x, 2x plus 1, and here it's going to be x minus 1, x minus 1 plus 1. Okay, so all the brackets I've replaced with, or all the x's I've replaced with what's inside the brackets. Okay, now I need to multiply. So this one, negative 2 times negative 3 becomes 6 plus 1. Negative 2 times t becomes negative 2t plus 1. This one, negative 2 times 2x becomes negative 4x plus 1. Negative 2 Here there's two terms, so you need to multiply it to both to get negative 2x plus 2 plus 1. Okay, now the last step is simplify. So 6 plus 1 gives me 7, so my final answer here is 7. Remember, this means the same thing as y is equal to 7. Here, f of t, negative 2x, oh, this one doesn't change at all. I can't simplify this any further, so this is like saying y is equal to negative 2t plus 1. This one I also can't simplify any further, so this is like saying y is equal to negative 4x plus 1. Oops. These are my final answers here. This one, I have one little simplification to do. I need to combine these numbers. So this one becomes negative 2x plus 3. And that's my final answer. So this is the same as saying y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. Okay? So now you can pause, go to page 220, and you're going to do 2a to d and number 3a to d. Okay, and then you're going to come back for part 2.